the issues now. You can start practicing. Yeah. No one is getting any error messages while configuring.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Andy.
Sir, నేను ఎక్కడి వరకు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేశాను అంటే I had installed up to what level?
Hmm.
I had installed VirtualBox. After
Okay.
that, machine also.
Okay.
In the machine, where it is your operating system Windows 12, Windows 2012 R2, I could not find after downloading to the link.
Mhm.
So that
You
is
you are you are connected from laptop or mobile?
laptop, sir.
Can you share your screen and show me where exactly
Yes.
it is blocking?
Yes. So that others also will able to see my screen. Then they
Yeah,
can.
yeah. Please share your screen. Let me give you the
Uh,
permissions. Yeah, you
where
can
it will come,
share.
sir?
You can share the screen. At the below, okay, you can see one option, share button. It will be in green color.
Share
Share.
screen, right?
Yes. Select share screen and select the first option, screen, the whole screen, not window. Okay. Okay. Now I can see your screen. Yeah. Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you show me the error message now?
Here it is VirtualBox.
Okay.
This is VirtualBox. I will open as this.
Okay. Every time I told you, okay, you have to open
Run as
VirtualBox.
admin.
Yes, very good. Okay.
Run as administrator.
Yes.
Then Oracle Corporation is.
Mm.
Requesting control approve.
Mm. Just 1 minute. Okay. Let me control your screen.
Yes.
Click yes. Okay. Click yes.
Sir, after downloading in the desktop, that Windows Server, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drive, these are all downloaded, sir, instead of Windows Server.
No. They won't
Yes.
download, but don't know how you come download all these things. That's fine. Have you clicked yes now? I cannot able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Why it is taking this much time? Okay. So here, what you have to do, settings. Yeah. Go to settings.
Yes, sir. Settings.
Then go to storage.
Yes, storage.
Okay. Click
Here
on
it is.
empty CD. Click on empty CD.
Yes.
Then browse it.
Choose a
Choose
disk file.
where you have downloaded the file, operating system.
Uh, this is install.
No, not this one. You download the wrong file. Okay. Yeah, that is not that one. Okay, you can see that what ISO image. Okay, there is an ISO file will be, the file extension will be .iso. I don't know how come you download these files, but that is not correct file. Okay, so that's why you're getting this issue. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so just download the proper file. Okay, just open. I gave you the links, right? Open those links.
Okay.
And again, don't try to download from the mobile hotspot. I see people are downloading using mobile hotspot. These files are 4 GB, 3.5 GB like that. With mobile hotspot, you cannot get that much data daily, or else in case you have data balance also, okay, you cannot download it. Why? Because mobile hotspots, you will have some kind of glitches, network will be down, so your downloads will be failed. Okay, so don't download with the mobile hotspots. Try to download with the Wi-Fi only. In case you want to, you don't have other option to download, try to download either at night 12 o'clock or early morning 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Okay, so that the traffic will be less during this time. Then try to download using mobile hotspot. Otherwise, in the business hours, don't try to download from the mobile hotspot. Okay. Yes, you can see this file, Parameshwar. Okay, you can clearly see, right, Windows 2012 R264 ISO. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right click, download it.
Right click, sir.
Right click, download it. Go down, go down, go down. Wait a minute. Okay, let me try from my side. Okay. Okay, you can see the option, right? Download option. Right click,
Yes,
download.
sir.
Once you started download, then automatically it will start downloading. This file is around 4.2 GB. Okay. Right, then just click on download anyway. Don't click now. If you are connected to Wi-Fi, you can start downloading. Okay.
No, connected Wi-Fi, sir. No issues, sir. Download it.
Okay, 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 then fine. Yes, any other issues? You can stop sharing, Parameshwar. Okay,
Yes,
download it and attach the file, then you can able to, okay, install the operating system. In any other issues?
sir. In the Windows server, there is a. I have one more doubt. In this one is Windows 7. Shall I install SQL Server 2017 or 2019, sir?
Windows 7 you cannot install 2017 and 2019. You have to go with the Windows 20 in Windows 10.
No. Windows operating system we are installing 2012. SQL Server shall I install 2017 or 19?
2017 you can install, 2019 you cannot install on Windows Server 2012.
Okay, sir.
In the last class we have installed 2017, right, in the Windows Server.
Yes, sir.
We can install 2017 in the Windows 2012, but you cannot install Windows 29 SQL 2019. Why? Because you have to upgrade the OS here. Okay, you can install it, but you have to upgrade the Windows operating system. Whichever is lower version, you have to upgrade that lower version. Yes, any other questions, please? You can stop sharing, Parmeshwar.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone facing issues while configuring the virtual machines, remote connections?
Now where it is this one, sir? Where it is downloaded, sir? That file
Once
install.
it will be download to downloads. Once it was downloaded completely, then you can see the file name. Okay. Now you cannot see. Okay. Then till now you can track the process in the Google Chrome. It will show you how much percentage
Yes.
it is completed.
Okay.
Then any other issues,
Thank you.
please? Yeah. Yes. Any other issues, please? No one is having any issue. Everyone configured the virtual machines, virtual boxes. Everyone configured it. I see 2 or 3 people send a message to me, right?
Yes, sir.
Having error messages and all. Okay, then that's fine. If you don't have any issues, I don't have any issues. Let me quickly start the session. So in our last class, we have discussed about the management studio. Okay, right? Yes. Permissions, permission. I guess you have permissions to record the session. Yeah, fine. Okay, and let me minimize this window. Let me quickly start the virtual machine. So in the last class, we just discussed how to create a database, okay, how to create a table, how to insert values in the table. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the query to create a database?
Create database name.
Create database name.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I gave you an assignment in the last class. Anyone completed that assignment?
Yes,
Yes,
completed.
yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So faced any issues in creating the tables, creating the databases? No issues, right?
No.
Okay, that's fine. If anyone is not completed, okay, please try to complete. That is important task. Okay, right. Today, okay, we are going to discuss about system databases. Okay, system databases. We have system databases, right? Let me log into this machine. Right. Okay. So I just connected to this machine remotely. Okay. Let me open the management studio now. Everyone tried completing like downloading the files and all. Everyone downloaded the files, software, SQL servers, Windows servers, management studio, virtual machine. Anyone is still
Yes, sir.
pending? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Still pending.
Yeah, honey, what happened? You
I
got
told
your
that
new
I was-
laptop, right?
Yeah. Just got it yesterday. So
Okay.
yeah, need to practice over the weekend now. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Just try to download today. Okay, and you can
Yes,
just
sure.
start configuring the virtual machines and all.
And have you uploaded new videos on YouTube?
I'll upload by this weekend, honey.
Yeah, would it be possible for you to maybe upload videos day by day? Because whatever I learned during the day, I generally tend to maybe practice during the night. If it could be on the YouTube by night.
The same topic is already there in the YouTube, honey. What we
Right.
have
Can you
discussed, the same topic is already there in the YouTube. If you especially need our batch videos, then it will take some time. Why? Because usually,
yeah,
I'll
videos.
be busy with the support, and also I'll get very less time to do these things and all. Once I got the free time, I'm going to upload it, so which will take some time. That's why in case there is no blockings for you, already the same session videos is there in the channel. Okay, you need only our batch videos, then it will take time. It won't take much time, but it will take 1 or 2 days. Okay.
But you haven't even uploaded last week's video yet.
Yes. I have to upload that now. Oh, I'm busy with my office stuff.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's,
handy actually. Whenever somebody asks
yeah.
questions, it's kind of stuck in your mind again.
Yes.
Instead of going through the same video, it's kind of feel familiar.
Yes, that's true. I'll upload it and I'll upload it.
No,
Yeah. Thank you. And so in the last class, we have discussed about the databases. What is a database? Can anyone tell me how many files will be created once you create any database? What are those files? What are those files?
Data files
MDF
and
files,
log
MDF.
files.
Okay, data files and log file. Okay, data file and log file will be created for every database. You cannot skip it. Okay, it is very compulsory. You cannot create a database with a only data file or with only log file. It's not possible. With only single file, you cannot create a database. Two files should be there. One file must be data file and another file must be log file. Without having this data file and log file, we cannot create any database. Okay, so that is very important, right? So in the last class we have discussed how to create a database, how to write small queries, how to execute a query, where we can execute the queries and all, where we can change the database name, how to change the database name using query, how to insert the values in the tables. Okay, so we have discussed all these things. These development things are enough for us. Why? Because again, in the organization, we are not going to create any tables, or we are not going to insert the values in the table. That is the developer work. Developer is going to do all these things. As a DBA, we have to give permissions to the developers. In case sometimes if they don't have permissions, they will ask us to install the they will ask us to run the script, so that we are going to run the scripts. For that, they are going to raise a request. Those requests we can call it as a deployment tasks or deployment requests. Okay. So once they raise it the request, then we have to take care of the request, and they will attach the scripts. What scripts we have to run on the server, they will attach those details in the ticket. Just download that script and just copy that script to the server, and then just check the details again and again. The main important thing while executing the script is what? What is the main important thing while executing the script? Very
On which
important thing.
database we are
Yes,
saving?
very good.
Which
Okay, on which database you are executing the query is very important thing. Again and again, which database you're executing the query is very important. Okay, sometimes you will select one database and you are going to execute another database. Okay, can you let me know what is the query without selecting the database in the top, or without writing the query in the query window? Okay, what what is the query? To pull the data from any table. Okay, I don't want to select the database here while writing the query, or else I don't want to write a query like this, use database name. Okay, without these two things, I want to pull the data in employee database. How can I do that? What is the query for that?
Create a schema, sir. A schema database name. Select
I
start
am not
from.
asking to create the database and all, create schemas and all. I want to run one select query. Okay. Here I don't have tables, right? Let me go with the sales table, sales database. Okay. There I have item table. Okay. I want to pull the records of items table without selecting the sales database here and without using the sales database here as well. How can I do that? What is the query to pull the
Select start from
records?
table name.
Select table sales dot dbo dot
Start from
table name.
No. Okay, I'll write your query like this. Okay, let me select. Okay, start from. Okay, dbo dot items, right? Items, right? And let me run the query. I'm getting the error. How can I pull the records from this item tables without selecting the database here and without running the query? Use database also.
Select table database name dot dbo dot table name.
First of all, that query is completely wrong. Okay, there is no select table, select columns or select star from. Okay. Now tell me the query again.
Select start from uh, database name dot
Very
dbo
good.
dot
Very good. That's it. Database name dot schema name
db.
dot table name. Okay. So in this way, we can write the queries. Okay. In case sometimes developers will write the queries like this also. Okay. So then don't worry where I have to execute the query and all. Clearly, it was mentioned the database name. The first part is database name. The second part is schema name. Third part is items. Again, don't think DBO every time DBO will be the schema. Okay. Sometimes customized schemas also will be there. So if you see three parts, always the first part will be database name. The second part will be schema name. The final part will be the table name. Clear? Now in my case, most of the companies will follow DBO schema only. Some companies, some projects, you can see some other default, some other schema names also. So don't worry in case if you see the schema name here, nothing to worry. Okay. Always in case if you see three parts in the query, okay, the first part is your database name, second part is your schema name, and your third part is the table name. Okay. Clear? Right? Fine. These things and all we have discussed in our last session, right? Fine. Okay. So let me discuss about the system databases now. What are these system databases? How many system databases you will get once you install the SQL Server? How you are going to get these system databases? What is the importance of each database? What if they are not existed? What if they are corrupted? Okay, we'll discuss these things today. Okay, right. So when you install the SQL Server, we are going to get 5 system databases. When you install any SQL Server of any version, when you install any SQL Server of any version, we are going to get 5 system databases. Only for SQL Server 2000, we will get 4 system databases. Those system databases are master, model, MSDB, TempDB. Only for SQL Server 2000, sorry. Only for SQL Server 2000, we will get 4 system databases. From SQL Server 2005 onwards, we are going to get 5 system databases. 4 system databases you can see in the Management Studio. 1 system database you cannot see in the Management Studio. The system database which you cannot see in the Management Studio is a resource database. Resource database is a hidden database. You cannot see the resource database anywhere in the Management Studio. Even resource database files also you cannot see. Okay, clear? So resource database you cannot see in the Management Studio. Why? Because resource database is a hidden database. Yeah, okay. So we'll discuss about these 5 system databases one by one. Okay. So whenever you install SQL Server, automatically you are going to get these system databases. No need to do anything. No need to create these system databases. Without these system databases, your SQL Server won't exist. Very important, very crucial thing, like how our brain will work, how our heart will work in the same way. Okay, these are the brain for the SQL Server. Everything related to the SQL Server system information or internal information will be stored in this system databases. The main important system database is master database. Master is very important system database. Okay, master only will control your SQL Server. Master database will only control your SQL Server. Whatever objects you are creating, databases, logins, tables, records, whatever objects you are creating, okay, master will know each and everything. The metadata of each object will be stored in the master database. What is meant by metadata? Metadata means data about the data. Okay, data about the data is called metadata. Okay, so I have a sales table. This is my sales table. Okay, here you can see my sales table is having 10 records. How can I identify how many records I have? You can see here. Again, if my sales table is having 1 lakh records, don't drag and drop the table here. Don't drag and drop. See, let me insert the values. Okay, insert into. Okay, what is the table name? Items, values. Just 1 minute, please. Okay, sales, insert into table name, values. Okay, let me, what is the 5th record? Let me go with the 5th record. Okay, 5th record. Again, I'll go with the just chair. Okay, and 1000 rupees. Okay, let me close it. In case, okay, insert into table name, values, right? Sales table only, right? Right. Okay, now if I want to run this query for 1 lakh times, how can I run? Go 1 lakh or 10,000, 1 lakh, whatever number you want. So if you mention the number here, go 100, this query will insert for 100 times. This query will run for 100 times. Go 1000, it will run for 1000 times. Go 1 lakh, it will run for 1 lakh. Okay, so let me run this query. Okay, so the records will insert. Now you can see the time here. Okay, so the time is going to show you, it is going to show you, okay, since how many seconds or minutes the query is running. Okay, since how many seconds or minutes the query is running, you can see here the total time. Okay, since how many seconds or minutes or hours, also you can see here, this is seconds, this is minutes, and this is hours button. Okay, so you can see the status since how many minutes the query is running, and you can see on which server the query is running, and you can see the status of the query, whether the query is executing or not, you can see here, and who is running the query, you can see the login name here. On what database you are running the query, you can see the database name here also. Once it is completed, then you can see the whole 1 lakh records are going to be completed. Once you just insert 1 lakh records, when you run the select query again, okay, so no need to, what you can say, no need to drag and drop how many records are there in the output. Once you just run this query, you can easily see here. Okay, let me control C, let me run this query. Yes, yes.
Sir, value spelling got mistaken, sir.
Okay, so thank you for that, but still why it is executing, I don't know. It has to throw the error, right? Thank you for that. Okay, values. Let me stop the query. I can stop the query using this query cancel button. Okay, just let me stop this query. Okay, now it is showing the error. Okay, That's fine. Thank you for that. Insert into table name values. Okay. Now let me run this. Okay. I have to select. Okay. I have to select the whole go with go. I have to select the insert query with go, then only I can run. Or else if you just simply select this one, okay, one record will be inserted. If you select with go, then you can see, okay, the insert statement will be run for 1 lakh iterations. Okay, 1 lakh times. Okay, let it run. Let me again open the one more query window. Okay, I can open multiple query windows, right? Yesterday, I mean, in the last class we have discussed we can open multiple query windows. Why? Because users are going to be connected using different sessions and all. Okay, so they can open multiple query windows. Let me run this query now in another session. Okay. Okay, so if you see here, okay, so in case you want to see how many records are there in your table, okay, so usually you can see up to 11 only, you can see the output here, right? So if you want to see the whole records, you have to go down like this. Okay, so without doing this one, you can simply use this, okay, option. You can see here as of now 5,700 records are there. Okay, now again if you run, okay, you can see 18,000 records are there. Why the table records are increasing? Why the count is increasing?
Query is running.
Because
Yes,
Because
the
the query is
yes,
running.
the query
yes,
is 1
yes.
lakh.
Here the query is running for 1 lakh times. So you can parallelly, you can run the select query also. Okay. So whenever you run the select query, now you can see 18,937 records, right? Now again, if I run, maybe it will be 25,000 or yes. Now you can see 36,000 records are there. Simply without just using the drop down option, or you can, without using this down button, so you can simply use this option to see how many records are there in that particular object. Okay, so once the query executed successfully, then you can see almost 1 lakh we have executed for 1 lakh, and earlier we have 11 records, right? So 1 lakh 11 records you can see once the query is successfully executed. You can see what is the status and all. Okay, as of now 57,000 records are executed. So remaining are 43,000, something like that. So once everything is completed, you can see the option here. Okay, how many records are there in this table and all, you can easily see the option here. Yes, right, fine. Okay, so what master will do, usually master will save the metadata. Master will store the metadata of all the objects. Okay, master will store the information about other system databases and other user databases as well. Okay, say for example, we have sales database. What is the metadata for sales database? Okay, so metadata for sales database is like the files path, where is the files existed. See, for example, the sales database is created in a different location. Okay, if you see the sales database path, okay, go to the properties of any database. In case you want to see the path of the database, go to the files. There you can see the path. Okay, you can see the path. Okay, you can see this path field, right? Path in this location actually. Okay, your sales database data file and sales database log file is existed. If you want, you can see here, this is your sales database data file. Okay, how can we identify which one is data file and which one is log file? Just by just looking the file name. How can we identify which is the data and which is log? Okay, if you see here sales data file, and you can see for log file you can see underscore log, or else if you expand the type of the file, you can see primary data